Hi, I'm Wes Allen with DM Tales, and it's almost March. We had a blizzard, but nature is being merciful, so it's melting the snow fast. And spring allergy season has already begun. The coffee's flowing, though. The allergy meds are making me sleepy, and in this strange overlap of energy and haze, my brain is doing somersaults. These are some random TTRPG thoughts. Let's roll it. Mornings. The unofficial install for Monty Python's co-curricular medieval reenactment program is working under Foundry VTT again, thanks to a recent update. This is a terrific implementation, and now I want to run a live stream of it just to show it off. Problems. The stupid snow took my writing day away from me again because school keeps getting canceled. So my review of The Broken Steps is still in the works. The first stream of the DM Tales TTRPG book club is in the books, and I had a lot of fun with my friends Jason and Jake as we discussed chapters 1 and 2 of Daggerheart. The book club is something I think could be both fun and helpful for the hobby, and that makes me glad. And I'm also grateful for the folks who have joined the server to participate in the discussion, and sometimes we even covered the topic. So if you'd like to join in the fun behind the scenes, you can do so by becoming a DM Tales Coffee contributor, which will get you access to the DM Tales Discord. Comments you make in the forum may make their way onto our streams, and we'll be drawing our panelists from participants there as well. The link to join, that's right over there. There is a little over a day left, and Dave and I are a little over $100 away from our final stretch goal for the Orshan incident. If you like sci-fi horror, go check it out. And if you like what you see, maybe back it and throw us a couple bucks. We'd love to get all that new character artwork. I made myself suffer and watched most of the State of the Union. Wow. The full-on xenophobia didn't kick in until about an hour in, so that was almost impressive, but when it did so, the Orange declared that Somalis living in the United States are pirates and then complained about foreign cultures ruining the country. That's totally new. I've never seen that anywhere in human history. He also still claims that foreign countries pay tariffs, which is just not true. The GOP was chanting USA like they were at a sporting event, and he had nothing to do with naming all the Trump things like Trump accounts and Trump RX. That had nothing to do with him at all, really. The president's also still crowing about open borders when he was the one who demanded Congress not do anything about border security during Biden's term. Why no one picks up on that, I don't understand. He was shocked when the Democrats stood up and cheered for the call to end profiteering in Congress, because he can't comprehend how they also want to go after his profiteering. Oh, and the SAVE Act, that got a huge cheer from the GOP because we can't have those married women voting now, can we? He also keeps saying that we're respected again. And I have to ask, who respects us? The world order and global trade, they're rearranging to bypass us. And we're seen as an unreliable ally and partner. Also, did you know that factories have never, not ever, generated their own power? Not ever until the Orange told them that they could. Never has that ever been done before. Except it has been done before. Hey, here's an idea. How about we release the rest of the Epstein files, including the ones about Trump, which seem to have been removed from the current release? One of the things I appreciate in the hobby is when I encounter folks who enjoy different play styles than I do, and we get to chat about what we appreciate in the way we approach this hobby, even though it's different from what I might like. And then we go on our merry way with a better understanding about how wide the hobby is, because someone else enjoying the hobby in a way that's different than the way I enjoy the hobby doesn't negate what I enjoy. I don't know why we've got this sense of if someone likes something different, then I'm wrong. It just is weird to me. After 2 really good episodes of Starfleet Academy, the last 2 have been Star Trek's version of the Reavers / Drac were okay, but the whole plot setup was just, huh? I mean, there were things that just didn't make in-universe sense. Like if the derelict ship was testing a potential alternative way to go to warp when dilithium was in short supply, why wasn't Starfleet actually attempting to recover the data and just leaving it up for a training exercise for cadets? And if you say, well, Starfleet didn't have the resources, then I gotta ask, how the heck did they have resources enough to transport a bunch of untrained cadets into the middle of nowhere for a training exercise on that ship, supposedly to retrieve the data? What? That episode I dozed off a bunch of times because I'm just tired of, and now here's a full hour of adrenaline. After everything that's been going on, I can't take that much anymore. I will say that I woke up for the explosions and I picked up enough of the plot line to not be lost in. It didn't do much for me. The spring break episode was fine. I thought that was an interesting concept, but it was nothing to write home about. The main plot was tired. It was kind of a cliche end. And the B plot was just, ugh. I will say, I love how Jaden declaring, "Today is a good day to die," was really a cool moment. I love that for him. He's loyal to his friends in true Klingon fashion. I do like that character, and I'm getting used to his cadence, so it's kind of fun to watch him get a little bit more time to shine. Caleb is showing a little bit of growth, which I do like. I was worried that he would just stay where he was. He's growing up a little bit. But I need more of Sam, and she just basically got written out of this episode, and that made me sad. My highlight for any episode of Star Trek in the modern takes is any scene that Reno is in, because every time Reno is in a scene, that is the best scene of the episode. She is awesome. Since I don't run D&D, I always find it weird trying to explain to folks that I play games which are like D&D but aren't. It's a concept which seems to confuse folks who aren't already involved in the hobby because to them, D&D is just like saying Kleenex, and oftentimes that's about as deep as they really want to go into the hobby at all. But that doesn't stop me from trying to explain the world of Numenera or talking about how Dragonbane is all skills-based, which is a lot different in play than D&D. When I do these things, I see a lot of eyes glaze over, and yet I'll do it again. Mostly because I really enjoy this stuff, but also because when I'm stuck in a place where open-ended conversation is going on and I really just want to flee into a corner and hide, this is something I can actually talk about. So if you come up with me and mention it, you're going to get an earful. Trust me. Okay, when I was first involved in the hobby back in the day, the TMNT RPG was something I really enjoyed. Character building was fun. I thought the way Palladium system worked, I thought structural damage capacity was pretty fun, so it was really cool. And it eventually released the After the Bomb expansions, which gave me Mutants Down Under, which has some of the artwork from that era that is just etched completely into my brain. Now, TMNT is back. And while I kind of wish it had been given a full new edition instead of a tweaked re-release of what I had had back in the day, I can't knock how beautiful the book is. I mean, look at this thing. It's all red on the inside, and it looks like the old graphic novels, the original episode or issues of the comic. Really, really cool. I can't wait to read this. You will often hear people talk about GMs needing to get feedback from their players, and that is a good thing which can improve the quality of the table. I also know that most folks talking about the game on convention panels, in social media circles, or who are writing books on the topic, people still do that, they're GMs. So it makes sense that the conversations about the hobby are going to often be from a GM-centric point of view. But, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a whole movement of players asking their GM, "Hey, is running this game fun for you?" It could be helpful for mitigating a lot of GM burnout. So as I mentioned, nature keeps messing up my writing days by forcing school closures, so the Broken Steps review, that's still in progress, and this is getting frustrating. I'll be reading chapters 3 through 5 of Daggerheart for March's book club stream. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Coriolis the Great Dark is still sitting on my bed. It's got the first chapter read, so I'm into that as well. I've also dived into Scrat's fantasy novel, Bashkin, so I think I'll do a short or two of that by way of review. It's kind of a fun story that I'd like people to be more aware of. I also just realized that I still have Savage World Rifts on my shelf and the campaign books for both Dolmenwood and Land of Eam to tackle, and this waiting to be read. Let me get out the glare. Now, on the live stream front, I'll be chatting with fantasy author and game designer T.R. Nickel on March 2nd at 8:30 p.m. and Joe Wetzel of Inkwell Ideas on March 9th at the same exact time. Slot, not the same time. Both these folks are excellent guests, and I hope you can all stream in to hang out with us because they're really cool. This is all so much fun for me, and I cannot wait to bring it all to you. Until we see each other again, folks, happy playing, everyone.